Вот мы приехали на озеро Маккензи. Это на том же Фрейзер-айленде. Это пресное озеро. Прямо посерединке. Очень такое симпатичное. Сейчас пойдем купаться. Здесь много раз нас предупреждают, что живут дикие собаки динго. Соответственно, будем пытаться найти. Ну, Яна будет пытаться не найти. Все. Так, а вот мы на туре по Фрейзер-айленду. По острову Фрейзер. Вот довольно-таки интересные такие деревья здесь. Вот, ну, в принципе, наш гид говорит, что это тоже rainforest, типа джунгли, но мы с Яной смотрим, что это не очень похоже на то, что мы видели до этого. Может, какой-то своеобразный rainforest. Вот, красивое дерево. Да. Вот ручеек, тоже с песком. Ну, здесь весь остров на песке. Поэтому вот ручеек очень... Чистая очень водичка. Вот.
This one here is probably, it's mature, but they grow a lot wider. So another metre width onto that would be getting towards fully grown. They all get to about 55 metres. They're a lot skinnier than that when they get to their full height, but they do continue to get wider and wider as they grow. The same species occurs on the mainland, but they generally grow to 75 metres. It's not a nutrients problem, it's a purchase problem. They can't anchor in the sand as effectively. When the giants stick their head up above the canopy, the big winds that come across blow them over or snap.
Вот очень оригинальные корни. Дерева такие. Вот мы идем вдоль ручья. Прогуливаемся. Такой часть rainforest. Такое подобие джунглей. Так, а вот одна из этих медуз, которым здесь все пугают. Ну, мои шлепанцы для сравнения. Вот она. Говорят, очень ядовитые. Ну, какие-то из них, я не знаю, какая это именно. Интересно.
Welcome to the Eastern Beach, 75-mile beach of Frazer Island.
Едем по пляжу.
This beach is actually a designated highway. All the same road rules apply. And matter of fact, all the tracks on the island are classed as roads. So they're all under the law of and controlled by the police. There are some police here on the island, so you very rarely see them. They spend their days driving around, out and about, just checking up on everything. The top speed we can drive on the beach here is 80 kilometres per hour. We'll sit on 80 along the beach. So we'll drive up the beach here, and our first stop will be Eli Creek, which is one of our major stops. We have toilet facilities at Eli Creek. It's a beautiful place to go for a swim. Lovely cold water, very refreshing. So if anyone's interested in going for a swim, this is the ideal place to do it. It's the last swimming spot on the tour. And it's probably one of the best ways to sort of properly capture the beauty of Eli Creek by floating down. What I do is I walk up the boardwalk along the edge and then float down, letting the current in the stream to float me back down to the beach. Been to Eli Creek, we'll then head up to the Mahino ship Frazer. And finally, the pinnacles, or otherwise known as the coloured sands. That's the northernmost stop for us today at the pinnacles, before heading directly back to the resort. Which will get us back to the resort before 5 o'clock, before the 5 o'clock ferry leaves. We'll be allowing those people to jump on the ferry, and the rest of the people will drop off at the resort itself. As we're driving along the beach, just keep your eyes peeled for dingoes. It's the best place to see them is along the coast on this actual beach. If you do see one, make sure you let everyone know that you can see one, and let me know as well. Sometimes I'll be concentrating on the road, and so much so that I won't even see the dog. So let me know if you do. I can slow down and let you have a better look. The car park just up to the left there we're passing right now, that's the car park if you're going to Lake Wabi. Lake Wabi being the barrage lake that I mentioned a bit earlier on the tour. About a half an hour walk into the lake. It's actually quite a spectacular view over Lake Wabi. There's a massive sand dune that's an active sand dune without any trees. Just imagine the flowing dunes on the Sahara Desert. It's kind of the best description for the active sand dunes here on the island that actually form the hills. You work up one of these dunes, and at the base of it, on the western side, is a large sapphire, very emerald green lake, Lake Wabi. These aren't really rocks, they're known as coffee rock, but that's just their name that's been given to them. It's actually the substance I was describing to you that sits under many of our lakes. Sand that's been blended together like cement, formed from organic matter. That's all these rock-like shapes you can see. Against the law, so what we can do is slow down and give you a look. So we'll be on the left side of the bus. You always take advantage of seeing them when we do, because you never know when you'll see another.
Oh yeah. Вот это собака Динго.
Merde, c'est celui qui va te bouffer.
So I'm just waiting for these other vehicles. They'll have a look, and hopefully we can get a bit closer as well.
Вот это собака Динго. Одна из немногих оставшихся в чистом виде.
On va
They look very thin. It's not because they're starving, it's just they're naturally quite a lean animal. And there is more food at different times of the year.
Иди сюда, Ян.
I'm not sure what it's eating there, but it certainly looks like it's got something. It's a very young dog by the looks of things.
Дикая собака динго.
As you can see, they're completely used to the bus, not at all worried about us being here. They see lots of buses, lots of cars every day. So you can imagine they spent all day running along or walking along the beach, so they're very active, and they just eat whatever they can find.
Достань фотоаппарат, Яс. Щелкнешь. Ну ладно, поздно уже, наверное, есть. Ладно. А, ну хотя достань.
Coffee rock. This is known as Yidney rocks, a much larger formation of coffee rock than the previous ones, but still the same material.
Ограничение 40, а вообще ограничение 80 даже.
We are with number 2, very lucky today.
Здесь у нас еще один, да?
Normally there's no dingoes sighted, and now we have 2. And they're not that fast, so it is definitely a different dog. Again, there must be something they're finding to eat within the washed up pumice. All this debris that you see on the beach as you drive around, that is pumice, which is volcanic ash from underwater volcanoes.
Все, едем дальше. Переезжаем через речушку. Вот так, легко переехали. Все машины, конечно, здесь такие настоящие SUV.
pretty much full house where all those buses are, so I'm going to park just out here, which will allow everyone to get in and out as they can.
Вот такой мостик. Мостика прыгают. Ну так немножко. Вот так вот. И вот теперь сюда сплавляются. Да, Ян? Пошли. Ну вот туда.
I just leave mine at home in the bus.
Вот такой вот ручеек. Сплавляемся. Давай, Ян. Так, вот они мы. Янина Эдуардовна. Вы смотрите? Вот это мы. Так сказать, идем по ручейку. Вот, все. Вот. Выезжаем. Въезжаем от этого ручейка. Выезжаем снова на берег.
Okay, I hope you all enjoyed Eli Creek. It's really a nice spot to spend an hour. We're off to the Mahino shipwreck next. And if you can see out the windscreen of the bus, you'll see a dark smudge on the very far end of the beach. There's the Mahino shipwreck sitting on the sand itself. Mahino was originally built in 1905 in Dumbarton, Scotland. It was built as a luxury liner. It's a very beautiful boat. It was a steam-powered vessel. It was filled with all sorts of luxury items, chandeliers, beautiful polished wood furnishings, brass and gold fittings as well. And it carried for much of its life people between America and England until the First World War, when it became a hospital ship. And it was ideally suited as a hospital ship. It was one of the fastest boats on the sea in its day. It could do about 18 knots as a cruising speed, and it could also reach apparently around 22 knots as a top speed, so it was quite a fast boat in its day as a steam-powered vessel. So it was able to outmaneuver much of the other ships in the First World War. After the First World War, it continued as a luxury liner. It actually sailed between Sydney, Australia and New Zealand for a number of years, where it broke a speed record between Sydney and New Zealand, 2 days and 22 hours, almost 23 hours. So getting on to almost just shy of 3 days between the two countries. So apparently that was quite fast. Eventually in 1935 it was retired and it was sold off to a scrap metal company. They were going to turn the ship into scrap metal once it reached Japan. But unfortunately for the new owners, they ran into an unseasonal cyclone which managed to snap the tow rope. Mahino was washed up upon the beach here. And the vessel was 110 metres long, and that during the practice for the training, I should say, for the Second World War, it was used as bombing practice as a target. So much of the rear of the boat was blown away. It was also used by the Special Forces. The Z-Force group in Special Forces that trained here on the island. They planted limpet mines on top of the, on the side of the boat, blowing holes in it. So this rear object that sticks out of the sand that we're just about to drive past, that looks like a shotgun in its shape. That was the steering arm, so that was the rear of the vessel. And the whole rear of the boat is now under the sand. There will be vessels.
Вот мы на Фрейзер Айленде, это наш экскурсионный автобус. А вот, например, такси. Вот, ну, то есть мы на пляже, и вот такси вот такого рода, тоже вездеход. А вот кто-то прилетел на самолете. Приземляются они там же, где ездят машины. Вот два самолетика или три, да. Вот так вот. Пляж используется и как хайвей со скоростью 80 км в час, здесь можно ездить, и как вот полоса для приземления самолетика. Вот. Ну, ездят все вот такие, конечно, настоящие внедорожники. Так, вот у нас Янина Эдуардовна, собственной персоной. Вот. Вот затонувший корабль, вымытый на берег. Это Махиган, как там называется, что-то Махоган или Махиган. Вот, тоже достаточно известная здесь с ним история произошла. Но теперь его некоторое время его использовали спецподразделения для тренировки. Взрывали тут всякое. Ну, а теперь это уже, конечно, очень ржавый кусок металла. Так, вот мы приехали на пляжик, на один из. А тут, да что ж такое, неужели закроют надпись, которую я хочу снять? Точно, закрыл. Ладно. Вот, там сзади надпись. То есть приземляются самолеты. Осторожно. Ладно, здесь же проносятся машины. Но нужно следить за приближающимися самолетами. Настоящий хайвей. С полицией и со всем прочим. Так, только что взлетел самолет. Сейчас еще один. Второй. Еще несколько. Вот ручей, в котором мы попались. Летели.
One of the many bird species on the beach here.
Тут перед нами застряла машина, но так что вроде бы вытащили. Также мы застряли вчера. И нас тоже вытащили. Сейчас посмотрим, сейчас должны, по идее, резонанс поехать. Посмотреть.